Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
Again, I'm still here on the project, building capacity around my mouth, but I got something to back it up. What do you think? Let's discuss it.
Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
La Américain pas lourd. C'est au-dessus de moi. Encore une autre fidèle qui. L'Américain pas lourd que nous. Quand il y a Sylvie, il y a quoi qui. J'ai vu prince. L'Américain pas lourd que t'as bien de moi avec nous. En ce moment, on va battre au moins néo. Mon temps dit est à nous. On s'est battu pour moi dit quoi. Abela lo kan yo. Ka go so duro. Hey. Awaye. Ati o lo a. Yao. Abela lo kan yo. Ni bi to jogba yi. Ni bi to number. Ma ti si mo kan yo. Ma ja jiji. Ouais, t'es jamais forcé. Si tu connais. L'animateur Choco, non, c'est y a 5 de Toyebi. L'homme a tout fait pour Mivito. Aniché les deux.
Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
Good evening, folks. Samson to Labrador Pub Radio. I want to thank all of you again for tuning in. We say thank you. Please share this video as much as you can. Please share this video. Share it to as many people as you can. Thank you for joining us. We're here again tonight. We're very happy to be here. Safety, Lord Jesus. We want to thank you again this evening. We want to thank you for the wonderful life that you have given us and continue to bless. We want to thank you for all of us, all your children that you have blessed. Thank you. Thank you, my Lord. Because of you, we are here. Because of you, we will be here again tomorrow. We ask you to continue to bless us. My Lord, we ask that you continue to bless the Republic of Liberia, the leadership of the Republic of Liberia. We ask that you continue to pour more blessing onto the President of the Republic of Liberia. Give him wisdom to do what is good for our people. My Lord, we want you and ask you and pray to you to strengthen this president and his people. My God, we know without you, nothing is possible. This is what I know you. We're very happy to know you. We say thank you. Thank you, my Lord. Thank you. And it is here again tonight that we're here to ask that you continue to bless all of us. My Lord, we're going to be on here again tonight, having some conversation. We ask that you guide our thoughts. We ask that you bless the host country, the United States of America. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's start with our Tabata. And Tabata it is. Two things I want to point out tonight, and I'm going to truly enjoy myself on this platform tonight. I hope the panelists that have the link, they can join us here. But I want to say this here very quickly. I think this president is a wise person. You know, I've been saying it here, but yeah, maybe I say it because I supported him and I still support him. But this one tonight that I'm saying, I truly believe deep inside of me now, 100% believe that he's a wise person because he continued to demonstrate the wisdom level, the level of his engagement with the people, the wisdom that he employs. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, folks. So we're here again tonight. We're here tonight. We will do our best. We will do our best. This president will succeed. There's nothing gonna stop him. And we also want to take this opportunity to congratulate Mo Ali because we've been reading most of the stuff on Facebook. But what I don't appreciate in this Mo Ali going around congratulating Mo Ali, which he duly deserve, but Mo Ali must understand that Unity Party is not Liberia. And you have done a great job to give water in the city of Monrovia. In the city of Monrovia. Moserado County have 2 senators. I don't know whether the Sir Joseph, the Honorable Sir Joseph was invited and he turns it down, but he should have been in that picture. Because to have only Senator Dillon alone is a form of disrespect. These people were elected by the people of Moserado County. Many of them in Moserado County, in Monrovia. And so if you're going to do a big job like this, which we all appreciate, and you have done a wonderful job, Sir Joseph should be in our picture because he's also senator from Moserado County. And many of the people in Moserado County, in Monrovia specifically, I say his constituents as well. And to not have him on there, if it is just done because he's from Unity, Liberty Party, I call it CDC and Unity, that this is not CDC and Unity Party issue. This supposed to be all. Sir Joseph should be represented there so that people will see that you're working in unison. You're working as a unit and not as a political party. These kinds of work, these are some of the things CDC did by building political infrastructure, not building things for the Republic of Liberia, but building for their political career. And those kinds of stuff don't last. And to have this thing, this water, people have been crying for water for so many years. And to have Mo Ali to come out and do this wonderful, wonderful job for bringing water is good. But I believe Sir Joseph should have been in the picture. Jared, good evening. Let me bring in Jared back here. Good evening.
How are you, sir? How you doing?
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. And so let me quickly turn this over here. I'm going to be doing some reading here tonight as well. So let me hear what's on your plate, and I'm going to read the president's statement at the retreat, and I will be putting my own point to point, these sayings and stuff, because it is very interesting. This president wisdom is beyond belief. You know, we sit here on this platform, we argue with Mr. Soul and argue with Dr. Malley and Mr. George. Oh, the president is a good president. But this one, what I'm reading tonight, despite all that is happening, and for him to deep inside and bring up words, not only encouraging, but leading for these young people to follow. I think it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So go ahead, give me what's on your plate, and I will read it. And maybe if you want to excuse yourself for maybe 5-10 minutes, that's fine, because my tabata is going to be a little bit longer, and I don't want to keep you here for long. But if you want to stay and enjoy
that's all right. I can listen to it. I do some work. I've not even look at it. I don't have time.
All right, go ahead. What's on your plate? Or you want me to go ahead and read?
What was that? Let me just say this, then you can read yours.
Okay.
What was started yesterday? Liberia, we don't believe in discrimination. Regardless, regardless where were you born, who you are, that's not our nature.
I agree.
Liberia, we don't believe in discrimination.
I agree.
We got intermarriage. We got everything.
Mm-hmm.
For our brothers who came on the show yesterday, for the Minister of Commerce, or he's a Lebanese man. He's not. Maybe they have forgotten their own history. Into administration, the former Minister of Foreign Affairs. He was a biracial.
The man who's running LEC right now.
Thank you. They're biracial. So for them to come last night, the man's a Lebanese man. No, he's not. That's let us be a Liberian, not based upon your nationality. Especially when the person is a biracial.
Yes.
That's not what we are. It's not in our nature. And look, in every society there's a bad apple. The Lebanese people have been the backbone of Liberia. Let's be honest. Even though
they control our economy.
Thank you. So it is not a crime to be a Lebanese man in Liberia. And I just agree with my brother yesterday, the Lebanese man. No. I hope they were here to hear me. I mean, they will hear me, they will come and report me. But that's not the point here. The point here is, look, we all are Liberian. And we have to understand, regardless whether you're married to a Lebanese man or you be woman married to, this is about our culture for time immemorial. Let's look at Joseph Jingle Robert. Where are you from? The people from Barbados. And the people came here the other day from
yeah.
Barbados. To kind of trace our root. So, folks, I know when we come on the show, we joke around and things, but words are important. What we say here, words are important. What we say here, sometimes we can be joking around, but let's be realistic. When it comes to Liberia, we are all Liberian.
Thank you.
Our constitution says when you are what do you call it? Negro descent, that the word in use. Now we say Black American, African American, Liberian American. Oh, so when you marry to some of our children might marry to white women, most of them do in the country here. Even some of who came in America here will marry to a white woman. So if you take a white woman to Liberia, and the white woman become successful in Liberia. Let's look at our current president. Where he was from? Where's she from? She from where? Jamaica. So I just want to lay that out.
No, I do agree with you, and I think on short, I think as a liberal on this show, I should have pushed back stronger than what I did yesterday.
Yeah, no, I want to push back last night because of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to straighten it up.
It was uncalled for.
I just want to
this is not what. Yeah, I agree. This is not what Liberal Public Radio is all about. And to now start. When do we start? So sooner or later, but the men are crying.
Yeah.
Do I want that? No.
Yeah.
So we're not going to go into that. And I think the gentlemen that brought in those conversations yesterday are most likely are regretting that decision as well. But Jerry, sit tight, and let's enjoy our father's statement.
No, we'll put autopilot now, so let's enjoy ourselves.
Yes, it is unbelievable, Jerry. Yeah. And I want you to jot down some words as I go through this here. And they don't hold me to it because I don't know how to read. I read like a man from Tota.
No, he that's said, from nobody knows where I'm from anyway, so I'm the weed.
Right. So this was the retreat today.
Yeah.
President Baka speaking here, folks. Mr. Vice President, cabinet members, and officials of government, the Honorable Superintendent of Montserrat County, partners, members of civil society, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am pleased to extend my greeting and to welcome each of you to this retreat. As we gather to convene the first cabinet retreat of this government, we should be reminded that our sole purpose in government is to serve. Why it is the privilege to serve, the responsibility that comes with serve must also and always remind us of the crucial duty to perform and deliver on priorities we have set to improve the livelihood of our people and promote the common good. The theme of this retreat, coordination and performance, delivering on national agenda priorities, underpinning a pivotal movement of shift furthering the first 100 days of office. The agenda that we set for our first 3.5 months in office was an effort to collectively make bold decisions, take some concrete action, steps, and dedicate ourselves to take that will, or to tax that will help meet our development agenda and lead to progress and prosperity. I would like to take this moment to thank members of the cabinet, officials and staff of the various ministry, agencies, and commissions for working hard to sustainably deliver on our 100-day action plan, despite short window and limited funding. He has already identified the problem. As we reflect on the responsibility entrusted to us by the Liberian people, let us reaffirm our commitment to serve with diligence, integrity, and unwavering dedication. We come to usher in the transformation change that Liberians have long yearned for, and we must continue to demonstrate to the average Liberian that the mission to rescue him or her is no fluke, but a deliberate move to set a new path for development, one that will improve livelihood and bring about much needed dignity loss over the years. Our capacity as government does not lie in how officials wear their titles on their sleeves and exert power. Instead, it is demonstrated in how we selflessly serve as a unit. Bearing in mind that the work we do today and the foundation we lay will not just address current needs, but guarantee a better future for the next generation. This is a man who has a wisdom beyond belief. Expectation of our people at all-time high. To deliver on these hopes, we must do things differently and with a renewed sense of patriotism and determination to deliver on our promises. We must take this moment as talented members of a team to engage in thoughtful, constructive, and open conversation. We should exchange ideas and plan on how best to address the economic and social challenges confronting our country. Today, I remind you of a challenge I made to you during your commissions. It is no longer business as usual. This is a demand for hard work, dedication, and unwavering commitment to the development of our beloved country. It is no secret that the fate of the nation lies in the hands of its leaders. And although it is my picture, listen to this, and I'm going to connect what I'm going to read right now to that of Amin Model. Okay? Let me read that again. It is no secret that the fate of the nation lies in the hands of its leader. Although it is my picture that is plastered in the paper when the government is scrawled, I want you to always remember that it is up to us, the official, to pave the way for the brighter future of our citizens. We live in challenging times where the global landscape is constantly evolving, and the demand placed upon us as officials are greater than ever before. We must rise to the occasion and tackle these challenges head on with a sense of purpose and determination. In this globalized world and the age of technology advancement, Liberians must be seen competing, not to be certified as a nation at the mercy of others or be relegated to the lowest range of the development ladder. We must set high standard for ourselves and advance the cause to change our country for good. We must be willing to push ourselves beyond our limit, think outside the box, and implement bold and innovative solutions to the problem that plague our society. We cannot afford to sit back and watch while other nations soar ahead. It is time to harness our collective talent, intelligence, and rescue and resources and propel our country towards greatness. I'm getting tired. Let me drink water. But Uzi, I can read from total anyway. Let us not be swayed by greed. This is the whole thing here now. He's talking to the minister and his government. Let us not be swayed by greed, corruption, or self-interest, but rather let us be guided by the sense of duty and responsibility to our citizens. Let us be catalysts for change, the visionary who inspire others to follow in our footsteps. For me and the rest agenda, failure is not an option. So as a part of the team, you must play your role, live up to the expectation of your job, or step aside. President Baka speaking. The train is moving and moving faster. Either you are on board or you are left behind. So I challenge every one of you, esteemed members of the cabinet and other officials, to work together in harmony and unity and to strive towards a common goal, the development and prosperity of our country, which is the common goal he's talking about. Let us not rest until we have unlocked the full potential of our nation, until we have brought about a transformation that will be felt for generations to come. With a focus on the objective and outcome of this retreat, nobody there yet, I am confident we will come from this retreat stronger and more equipped to fulfill our duty to the people we serve. Together, we can achieve greatness. Together, we can shape the future of our country. Together, we can make a difference. Let us rise to the challenge and work tirelessly towards the development of our nation. In the next 3 days, we should challenge ourselves and hold true to our collected oath to work for the Liberian people by not ending this retreat without the best outcome for the good of our country. Let me thank you for your service to the country so far, as I look forward to your insightful and healthy deliberation on the issue that will drive inclusive development. Remember to always think Liberia, love Liberia, and build Liberia. May God bless the work of our hands and save our country. Thank you, President Baka.
Hallelujah.
Jerry.
Hallelujah.
I told you this president, and I'm not trying to dig, I would dig inside CDC. I can't play around here. The men are waiting until Sunday to deliver. No, but on a very serious note. if you listen to some of the words he said, be on board and serve or get out. Mm-hmm. We should not mind the greed and follow the greed, and then we start stealing people money. I'm paraphrasing that.
Mm-hmm. You talk about action and limitation, change the fluid, don't wear the title, the foundation and the future.
Yeah. Especially when he said, when he used that word foundation, I think he's throwing a jab at Madam Salif. Because I've been saying, my belief, I don't know about him, but I believe. I've been saying here for a very long time, Madam Salif, while she was equipped intellectually to take us financially from the hole, she was not prepared to leave the two-way party behavior behind. She was, I don't want to say false, because she is very intelligent, but she was bamboozled into accepting the old order from the two-way party. Me, you, my family, and myself. And that was it. The young people she brought along, these young people, their intent was to steal and make themselves rich. And Madam Salif did not put stop to it immediately. Because how can you put stop to something when you have your children are running basic and most importantly, some big institution of the government? How can you stop that? So she put herself in a situation where she could not redeem herself. As a result, I believe the situation started running away from her. So when he made a comment to say we should build a foundation for which our young generation to come will stand on, I think it means a lot. And on top of that, to have more Ali to open the faucets of water in Monrovia today, God is just wonderful. God is just wonderful. And I think if President Barker can have these kinds of success, because in the last 2 months or so, things have not been going well. Appointment, cancel appointment, asset recovery team going their own way. All kind of yaman thing was happening. But to have these, the president to say, okay, let's go. And I stated here also yesterday that President Barker is not one of those who would chastise his child in public. And I think this comment about we going to work as a unit, I think it goes to Adi Model. The publicly say to say that we have to work as a unit. Whereas a day before, Adi Model made his decision as a minister. Most likely did not consult the president, did not consult other ministers. And I think if the president is trying to say, this is about the Liberian people, we are asked to serve, but we have to serve as a unit and not individual department, individual ministry. Because if you do that, you will not succeed. Because you will not be able to know what is happening in other ministry, in other functioning unit, to see how best your input, your idea can match in with the other functioning unit to make it one. Because the intent is to have a good developmental agenda. Mr. Jerry Sabako, I think with this president, we're on the right track. What say you, sir?
We as a president, we have to allow somebody to say, look, like me, when I came from Wigan-Doru to come to Monrovia, I said it before, there was a police officer that was in my stepfather house. And when I saw him, the way he dressed, I say, you know what, Peter Dappo, I know what Peter Dappo, if you are listening or whatever, whoever connected Peter Dappo, contact the NPR. He gave me to be where I am today. He never gave me money. But when I saw him, when he dressed, if you can recall the tattoo at that time, they used to have the tattoo, they used to wear the red negligee with a pad and everything. When I saw him, I said, wow, I want to be a
What unit was it? It was it. Oh, it was the police.
Yeah, police. Yeah.
With a blue uniform with a red.
Yeah.
And they look like, oh my goodness, I remember that. And we have similar situation in the army as well, where Mayor Jebo was leading that group. Man, those kids, they really did some stuff. Go ahead.
So I saw that man. I said, you know what? I gotta be. That's how I started my law enforcement career. The president said, he said, serve and duty. And I don't care whether you FBI, CID, police, that word. Every police academy enter. When I was entering Liberia National Police Academy, at the time they call it National Public Safety Institute, you raise your right hand. When I came in this country to enter the security force, that scene was to protect life and property, to serve and duty. It's every law enforcement all over the world. So for him to say to serve and duty, it's your obligation. When they say this is your duty, a cabinet minister, we have to work together. It's not a one-man team, it's collective. And I told you before, Mr. Booker believes in consensual building. He's not a person who would just go out there and just talk because he feels like talking. He's a very tough man. When you're talking to him, he lay his hair back and people say he's sleeping. He's not sleeping though. You know, some old guy sleeping out. When I open said they think that we're sleeping, but we're not. He's very attentive. And when you're talking to him, he will put stop. He say something that he may know something, he say, what you just said? The second thing he said, action and limitation. Return the liberal. Let the sky be our limitation. We have potential. We have qualified people in our mix. Let's use our potential that we have. The future of the nation, it lies in our hands. Let's set a foundation for the next generation to come. For the next generation to come. It's a word of encouragement. It's not about him. Why Walker want to become president? He always said it to us that somebody else said with him. He said, my children, I just want straightening the country for you. That's all I want. He said for 170 some more years, we got no road connection. Look at what's sanitation in Liberia, in Monrovia. You always say, why should the children in Doru should be a disadvantage and the children are in Monrovia? Everybody should have the same access to why the people in Monrovia, the same person in Nima County should do, or in Grand Gida, or in Lofa County. So these are the things. He just make a point. From the beginning, you know, everything from the start, everything is tough. But I know Mr. Wakai, after the 140 days now, 120 days, he has now gotten the grip. He has seen all his cabinet, and he's going to make some tough decisions. I always say on the platform, Mr. Bugger will surprise most of us. Not on the negative side, but on the positive side. The agenda. I can report to you, Mr. Toll. When that man come to America, everywhere we went, he got a piece of pen in his hand. He sees something, he read it down. And while I was asking the other day, what's going on? What happened to Mr. Bugger's notebook? All the notes that he took. But now, maybe after the retreat, that's what retreat is all about. You go by and you do assessment. And let me pause. I will pause for 1 second before I pause. One of the things is after the retreat, we don't do follow-up in Liberia. That's the problem we're facing in our country. We'll have all the Google meeting. It will send you abroad. When you go or when you return, they don't do a follow and say, see, you went to Germany, England, France, come and make a report. Oh, Jerry Nankamba, all right, Joe, go sit down. That's it. And I will, in the public manner, Mr. President, do a follow-up from the retreat and see what are some of the policies that you will put in place. Those who made mistakes, that's fine. We all made mistakes in your cabinet. But let's do a follow-up. Let me do a one observation here. They just came for a meeting in Texas. All the people that we met during his visitation at Texas and Atlanta, Georgia. Let's do a follow-up. Those that were contacted, those that spoke, those that had disagreement with us. That's fine. That's great. That's the person I need on my side. Give me a feeling. What do you think? And I hope after the retreat, let this government do a follow-up, because that's the reason our government is always failing, because we don't do a follow-up. You must say, you're an engineer. When you make a proposal, you do a follow-up. You do a follow-up. This is how far I've gone, Mr. Governor, or Mr. City Mayor, or Mr. Town Clerk, whoever they are in your administration. We do a follow-up, but we don't do a follow-up in our country. And that is a major issue in our country. The government never do a follow-up. So I pause for now. Let me put my phone on Tabata on the side.
Thank you, Jerry. I mean, you made excellent points, and I'm hoping that the other panelists will be able to join us tonight, because I think we all need to have conversation, and those who don't agree with our viewpoint, they're welcome on here as well. We just say let us keep it as much as civil as possible. But the point you're making is quite in place. And I also now believe that President Baka is going to surprise people positively. Because you would think, with what I just read here, no mention of the issue, major national security and everything else national yesterday. No mention of that. Because he's already taking care of it. No reason to bring it up here. You would think that all of the appointment, not appointment, all those kinds of stuff, perhaps he would have used the opportunity to warn them. He did. But guess what? His choice of words, even though it was stern, his choice of words were to the wise, listen, but at the same time, they were encouraging. And they were words the leader supposed to give for people to follow. In fact, he did mention that. So I think President Bakai, for me, it's a good thing to have him at this time. I think God does not make a mistake. That I know for sure. And I think the idea of President Bakai being the president at this time, it's a wonderful thing to have. Because any other way, you know what they say about genius, right? A genius is right here at the edge. Yeah. If he falls this way, he go crazy. If he falls on the other side, nothing to produce. So he's always, and this is what we found President Bakai and the way God has given us President Bakai. Because I believe Liberia was rocking. It was shaking. Liberia was terrible. And people were just getting fed up. And sooner or later, it was just a matter of time before the push back.
Oh, yeah.
And President Bakai came in the right time to say, hold your peace. I am here to rescue. And therefore, the use of the word rescue is timely. And so I also want to say to you here, Jerry, thank you very much for all the statement. We are not here as a praise singer. I want people to understand that. The President Bakai, something is happening in the administration of President Bakai that is not in the interest of the Liberian people that I feel, or maybe you feel. Most likely will speak up. But what I'm not prepared to do is to allow people based on speculation and then try to suggest to me. I'm not that educated. I don't even have a GED degree. GED is not even a degree. I don't even have a GED. But I will not allow people to, based on speculation, to suggest to me that this government is not working. Well, I can see for myself. I can see for myself. Now, there are certain things that happen. For example, what I just been reading about Mo Ali and the water in the city of Monterey. There's a reservoir up Duco Hill or Duco Pali, whatever they call it. And the reservoir, I think what 8 point something gallon of something, but it has been felt by gravity. Nature.
Mm-hmm.
It's not being felt mechanically.
Yeah.
Of course, mechanically because you go through the pump and stuff like that. I mean, you go through the pipes and stuff. But it's been driven by gravity.
Yeah.
Now, so in case nature changes its mind, something's gonna happen.
Yeah, dramatic.
And the people that will get used to that kinds of service and they get interruption, it's going to be different. And I will suggest to these people, now that you have introduced this, find a pump. 2 pumps, I would suggest. Pump water, continuous pumping water in a reservoir. And also, when they continue to have gravity feed, but when you feel the gravity feed is no longer sufficient in terms of the population usage, because everybody's opening the pump at the same time, the pressure that is being created in a pump, in the pipe, because of the pressure. When you open your tap, the pressure let the water come through. If everybody open the air go out of that, the pressure drops. And the pressure drops at certain distance. The calculation is quite different. And I'm not going to bore you with that. But the point here, if that happens, you have the pump is there as a standby to continue to feed water with this amount of pressure that is going to be required. One thing. Another thing is, Liberians ourselves are always our own enemy. It's just a matter of time before you start seeing people digging and trying to steal water by connecting to the main line. And I don't know what type of pipes they have. Now, when I got out of school, let me just say this here very briefly. When I got out of school, before I got my own construction company, I was working for this Nigerian kid. Well, he's a kid. We all were kids at the time. He and I used to play soccer together, but he had a company. So we had a project in one of the regional community in New Philadelphia area. That's in Ohio. And we were able to put, I was one of the few first people to work on the 30-inch plastic pipe that is flexible. But the way you do it, you cut it and you clean the face of it. And then what you do to bind it together, you put this, you plug this binding process and they heat it up to a certain degree. And you get these these 2 pipes with electrical binder, and it forces onto this plate that is already hot and it's melted the rubber, and you take that plate out and then you force that together. The fusion of that can never be, you can't break it. If you want that pipe to be separated, you got to saw it. So we did that, and we put it in the river and was pumping the water into the reservoir. And the water, to pump the water, I work on it. As a construction person, I work on that. To take the water from the pump up to the hill, we have the calculation, and I'm not going to bore you with that either. But it was like almost like 1.5 miles up the hill. Mm-hmm. And then the reservoir they had, so big, so much, huge, we filled it. But they have a standby pump to pump the water so in case the gravity fail. Gravity will not fail, that's for sure. But you never know. You never know. I have earthquake. What happened? The earthquake break the pipes. What happened? It's going nowhere. So those are the kind of things that I will hope our brothers and sisters will take into consideration as well. But let me go back to my president, Jerry, and I'll bring you in. President Bakai, I think the success he had today with Mo Ali and this water issue, he just need to replicate that with the electrical issue in Liberia. Whoever is running the LEC has always been a problem from the time Sam Bonnet they were running that place. Remember that LEC, the IE company. What they're not doing good.
It was not LEC. Let me correct you. It was PUA.
No, what do you mean by Sam Bonnet that LEC? I said LEC.
No, I said before it became LEC, it was PUA.
PUA, I don't want to call the other name we the Liberian can call. You know, we know what I don't want to call. Why are you bringing me back to my rude day? Please, let's forget that one. But LEC down water side.
Yeah.
The IE company.
Yeah.
All the Google
players. All the
Google IE player. They work for LEC. That's why the company not going to go because IE are not good team. IE are not good team. Barrow was the best. Barrow was the best. I think we're coming split.
I think the French now.
I think no, but seriously, so I hope LEC will also find me to shine some real happiness with the Liberian people. Derek, go ahead, take it over.
Thank you, sir. See, for us to do things in our country, we have to have a foundation. I thank God the excellence in use the word foundation. LEC, since you enter with LEC, let me start. The Minister of Finance did an extremely good job the last time during the election. See, living in America here, and I said it last time, they just stopped me. I said, in order for Liberia to be built, the diaspora have to play a major part. The diaspora will build the country. And they say, oh no, we try to marginalize and we'll come here, we think we are expert, we'll do this, no. Two things you just spoke about, the water system. You must live in this country. The city I live in, we have about 1.some million people live in the city. And the water pressure never go down. You must say, 1.some million people live in the city of Pawtucket. Okay? The water system never go down. People washing cars, people doing laundry, people washing the ditches, people showering. As we speak now, 8 o'clock mountain. All the activity is going on, but the water pressure is never go down because the people did good steady. All the people have to get service. Why? Because they know each of the horses have numbers, each of the horses have water, each of the water consumer. If we want to have effective electricity and effective water system, we have to have a number system in our home. Oh, let's look at Tottenham Boulevard. I know when the last time you were in Monrovia.
About a year ago.
Okay. Look at this skyscraper that we got building. How the water pressure is going to go up there and the water system is not effective. How do we know who consuming the water? Because we don't have a number system, no address system. So LEC have to come up with this number system so that nobody will be stealing water, nobody will be stealing electricity. Because if you have the number system, you know how many kilometers or how many kilowatts, I'm not saying kilometer, how many kilowatts are going in the house. These are some of the ideas that some of we are proposing. If we have number system. The second thing is we have to, like you said, we are our enemy to ourselves. The government will tell you, say, this is our alley, anyway, street, they want to go alley most of the time. This is a street, and people will build houses. And when government go demolish it and say, oh, the government came to power, they're doing this. But no, it's a detriment for ourselves. Then they say the fire department can't come. When something happens, they say, oh, the fire department can't come and rescue us. Because you build it, you build the alley. How do you expect So these are some of the recommendations we are making, we are advocating for it. We need to have an open new rules. The number system should be able to have the number system. So if you live on Broad Street 101, when something happened, the police will be able to respond to you. Like you must say right now, you have your house address. You press 911 right now, police will be there in less than 10 seconds because your address is there. They know the water in there. Even if you move out of that house tonight and say, I sell my house, the water bill, the water bill, the electric bill, they know the day you disconnected, and they know the new person that coming in. So these are the systems that we need to follow in our country to be able to address some of the issues. And we know how many students in that house, if you don't go to school, that child comes from in that house. They don't go to school. So Mr. Boakai is laying the foundation, telling the Liberian people that look, we have to have a good duty and change the future. This is not a flu. That's what he said. It's not a flu. That means you get a cold that will go away tomorrow. The change is coming. This is not a flu. It's not a cold. Maybe people, let me just pull it down. I'm pulling the layman term. It's flu. It's not a cold. Like you have cold today and tomorrow gone. And we say we're feeling with the cold. No. But guys saying, look, this is what we want to do. This is what I'm intending to do. So he's telling the Liberian people, yes, our future. In a point, you brought out another point about our power administration, and which, of course, most of the time I think I just need to address it, but I have to. With the oil company, when you talk about our previous president, Madam Salih, the oil company, what he said to the Liberian people, I take full responsibility of what, and you know, detail. Actually, when the oil company broke down, there was alleged corruption issues in the with the oil company. She said she took full responsibility. So what happened to all the money? I just want to remind the Liberian people on that issue.
So I think you're quite correct, Jerry. So now that you brought it up, I was thinking about it earlier today, but it escaped my mind as well. But now that you brought it up, this is the president's ability to compartmentalize issues that he's facing. And because of that ability, I believe that this president does not get rattled on anything because he has the ability to compartmentalize on anything. He can have all of the issues, but because he knows in his mind where to separate what goes with what. And I think the president also have within him to study from the past. And one of the things you would notice with this president is that most likely he's not going to make the kinds of mistakes that was made in Madam Salih's government. He's definitely not going to make the kind of mistake CDC, because CDC like to put their foot in your mouth all the time. And President Baka is not about that. But on a very serious note, he has learned to know how to maneuver his way around these things. And that's why when people say, oh, the man's too slow. Are you kind of, no. This man looked at things and know exactly how to approach it. Even when he's walking, he takes his time. He put his foot 1 foot ahead of himself. He would never step on himself, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But Jerry, I think, and it's very interesting that you brought that up. This president, I believe, the fact that he would not be able to make the kind of mistake that was being made during Madam Salih's time, he's also has engaged the young people on several occasions. And I think because of that engagement process, It has informed him of the young people aspiration. And I think at the back of the mind, he knows he's the president, but he also knows that he's limited in terms of age. He cannot plan for himself to live for the next 10, 15, 20 years.
Yes.
He knows that. And that's why he made this statement. We will do what we can, I'm paraphrasing, that we build a foundation that the next generation can stand on. That, to me, tells me someone who has the ability to compartmentalize issue, but at the same time have the ability to identify his limitation. And if you have someone who with that kind of ability, the success is for sure. That's just human nature. Because if you know to know what you don't know, you will be okay. But you know, but refuse to know that you don't know. And as a result of that, you pretend to know what you know you don't know. And
that's
you continue to make, of course, and you continue to make these mistakes. Now you see it, now you're done. Because your tendency is to cover up. And the more you cover up, the more difficult it becomes for you. It's like lying. That's why many people don't lie. And that's why some of us don't like to lie. Because you can make mistake and get caught in your own lies. And the lie, but that's, you can dress saying what kind of costume say you put lie on. Lie can't walk. Truth will stand naked by itself. And I think President Mbaka has the ability to understand and to be ready to work with people. Now, if someone in this administration think that they will come in and try to abuse his generosity and think they will come to misuse his ability to try to work with you, make you a decent person, and you think, say, you got him under control, you are sadly mistaken. This old man will put you on your back like a wrestler. Jerry, I think God knows exactly why he gave up President Mbaka. And I'm so happy to make sure and to see that President Mbaka is here to help us. I think one of the things he's also have the ability to understand is that because he did mention rescue in this retreat again. And sedition are running. Well, I thought political campaign season was. No. He's telling you, my job is to rescue. It is not my job to rescue and lead. It is my job to rescue and let you lead what I've rescued. Jerry, I think this president's statement is profound. And I think those of us that consider ourselves a political junkie were hanging on to every little word that comes out of this old man's mouth. We're completely mesmerized by his utterance. We are completely melting when he speaks. Yeah, because, I mean, if you understand the English language and you pick these words, his selection of words in a specific occasion, it is unbelievable. Not many politicians can do that, let alone liberal politicians. And I think we're happy. I'm very happy. You know, sometimes I say, oh, I get angry, I get frustrated, but then what happened? I'm happy. I'm happy. Go ahead, Jerry.
Something he said in his speech, he said, high standard. If you go back again, he said, we're saying a high standard. In order for you to achieve something as a leader, you have to set a high standard. You, as a supervisor, you can't go to work and put your feet up and you expect your subordinate then to do the work. I mean, that is be our custom. But some of we in the leadership here, You don't do that. In fact, you work harder as a leader in this country comparing to when you are just hourly worker. And after 8 hours, you go home. But as a leader here, after 8 hours, that's the time you work hard. Or when you get to work, if you want to work the people didn't do, you have to pick up the torch and say, look, this need to be done. This is our project. We got to honor take the project. But that is studying the high standard. This is the projection of my government. We have to build a high foundation for Liberian people to follow for time to come tomorrow when we are gone. And they say when I'm here, he said when I'm gone. So he's looking at the future. He's not only looking at today. He said when we are gone. And he said, I'm power prisoner. But that's why he's telling the Liberian people high standard. He talk about corruption, which of course that one of the cancer in our society. And for me, I had different opinion when it comes to corruption. Maybe based upon my study. What's going on in Liberia we need to address. Most our people, we don't understand what's going on in Liberia is organized crime and white collar crime. The people who push the computer, you must say, using right now to communicate. These are the people who stealing the money most. Organized crime. Let's use the port for example as a case study. How containers are leaving the port and before the red crisis, they confiscated about 3 containers that gave about thousands of rice in the how it left the port. And the police were able to get hold of it. So these are the issues we need to address. And most of our judges, most of our Ministry of Justice, they don't understand what is white collar crime and what is organized crime. Able for us to address corruption in that country. These are the things. White collar crime, I work close to here, I can pass it. And nobody knows I'm committing a crime. Well, who sit behind the computer? That's the issue we are talking about today. People who in Kauf, or the people who producing the rice, they get a brown envelope. And they pass. These are the people who sitting behind the desk. Not the man who loading the dock. That's not the people who taking the money. The people who pushing the pencil. They call some people, yeah, they get a brown envelope here and there. But the people who sitting behind the desk, the ministers.
Yeah.
They tell the ministers. These are the people. I'll not call name, but immediately after 2006, 2007, a friend of mine, we were 5, wanted to bring about almost 500,000 bags of cement in Liberia. I was excited because we had a contact and the person was willing to give us the cement from Pakistan to bring it to Liberia. And we went through the process. I'm telling you. So we thought we are going to be millionaire now because, the amount of cement that we're bringing into the country, and we sell it to the Liberian people, are also going to open a job. The first person we encounter is getting 10,000. So we're like, wow, 10,000 is nothing. We get it 10,000. And one of your crown boys, he came and said, "You'll get my money back." We were 5. He said, "You'll get my money back." He said, "Why?" He said, "You guys must be stupid. If I go and gave Mr. X $10,000, for example, the managing director of the port, I gave $10,000. What the Minister of Commerce want? What the Minister of Finance want? What the Minister of this person want?" So how that business stopped, the business did not go through. So like you said, we are enemies to ourselves. It is time for Liberian people to stand up for ourselves. Let make noise. You must say in a great country. You know what? They hold you accountable for anything you do in this country. You work in the public area. If you make mistake, the water don't come today, you know you will be on the news. The water go for 2 hours. Where you are, the city you're in right now, the water go for 2 hours. The governor will hear it. The governor will hear it. So let's start that same process. Let's hold our future government accountable. It's not about, like the president said, it's not to wet title on our sleeve, our knee, JB to my sleep. But let's deliver to the Liberian people. The public office are holy. They hold our high standard. And we also should be a high standard in our office. Let's be the work on time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Again, folks, Samson told Labrador Public Radio. I'm here again with Jerry Background, one of the LPR analysts, one of the smartest analysts here on this LPR and making his view. And we're entitled to our views. What we're not entitled to is the facts and truth. But we are entitled to our view. We will express it as we see it. And if we believe it, we will express it. You have the right to also disagree with us. And we appreciate that as well. Let me go now. Jerry, before I go on, one other thing that I noticed about this president before I move on here. And I will try to give you an analogy about my own professional life. So I have a few other projects. One of them is this project over there in the north. And it's taking a lot of time away from me. And so the other stuff, I ask other folks to help me. Well, but in roadway design, sometimes if you're at a certain point of your design process, your geometric design process, and you give it to someone else, the person might come in and say, why is he going this way? I could have gone that way. And then before you look, you start taking your design somewhere else. Whereas when you started, you have a reason of doing what you did. Okay. So I asked this guy to do a staging. I've already done the staging, and the staging, construction staging, for example, you're building a road. Okay. So you say, okay, I'm building this road, but at the same time, I want to maintain traffic on while the construction is happening. Okay. So you say, okay, these people coming this way, I'm going to stop there, and I will do part of this while I stop these people. After a certain time, they come in, and these other people stop behind me. So you have what they call one-way traffic. That person stopped, and the person keep going. So I know many of you have seen it on the construction site. Yeah. But if you have a huge road like a highway, you don't need to do that. What you do is, okay, I'm working on this section of this road. Nobody gonna travel there. So what you do, they call crossover. You take this traffic and go in the medium, and then you cut it back to go on to the area that you're not working, and they will continue to go. I know you have seen that as well. Yeah. So, and that's what I asked the guy to do. But when they were doing it, they were not thinking ahead. When this part is done, what comes next? And did the stuff, and the people said they were not. That's not a good job. They were not going to do it. So I have to go back and redo the whole thing. I've been doing it for the last 2 days. So, but here's the thing. Let me tie with the president. When the president had this retreat, and when he made that wonderful, wonderful speech, despite Aaron Brapper saying that we shouldn't listen to it, Aaron Brapper, I'm not even listening to you, sir. You IE man, I will listen to you. I borrow man, I can't listen to IE player. I thank you. But anyhow, so President Baka, when he make this decision, he's not making a decision. One of the things you need when you start reading all of his speeches, even during campaign, he was never always at the moment. He's always hiding what happened after this time. Where are we? What will we do? And that's why he keeps saying, join us to build. Because after the election is over, when you join them, after the election is over, you'll be part of the building process. And so again, today, President Baka demonstrated the ability to compartmentalize. And I just enjoy when he make these kinds of statements. But let me move on. Let's move on to other issue here. So I read an article earlier today. There are two things that I'm going to be talking about. After that, then we can open the line. One is The war crime, war and economic, let's just say the war crime court. Musa Ability, why in Nima County, made a statement in support of Prince Johnson, where he said, and I'm paraphrasing now, not specifically quoting, but that when wherever they will take you, they better be prepared to take all of us. Musa Ability speaking to Prince Johnson. And I thought, even if you don't agree with the war crime that is coming to Liberia, but if you come out and to make this kinds of statement, public statement, your duty, you were in the house. If you didn't believe it,
in the house.
Yeah, if you didn't believe it, why did you vote on it? And even if you voted against it, why didn't you make your point there? Why now try to stir conflict among Liberians? Why, if the people say, okay, we're taking Prince Johnson, and you say, okay, you can't take us too, does it mean us as Nimadian take the whole Nima County to the Hague if they're going to take Prince Johnson to the Hague? Or take the whole Nima County to jail if Prince Johnson was to go to jail? What are you saying? Why is Musa Ability making these kinds of statements? I thought he was an astute politician. But that statement, I don't know what it was in the heat of movement or something. I don't know. I really don't know what brought it on. But to listen to a smart person like Musa Ability to make that kinds of statement, I thought it was a little bit confusing for me as far as I'm concerned. And that I'm going to be reading in time to come, and I'll be looking all social media to see if there's any rebuttal or if there's any addition to Musa Ability's statement. So I'm not too sure whether you had the opportunity to look at it.
No, I'm not listening to it, but you know what? Look, people forget history, and people don't do research before they utter the word or before they go speak publicly. Before you go speak publicly, or maybe, like you said, maybe he said it in the heat or whatever he was doing, or what, I don't know. But history teaches us. Now look at Mr. Doe, the former president of Liberia. When America offered him to say, we'll outlive you when the Civil War was coming, if you can recall, that he should leave Liberia. But he said, the same word he just used. He would take all the grandchildren with him. So, folks, we've been in the road before. Let us ask to pay the thing. The war crime, economic, wherever they call it. Let us start firing our people up. We've been 20 years. We don't want to go back there again. Let us use the rule of law. The war crime code is not only coming to, what's his name? The senator, Mr. Johnson. I don't know why people capitalize everything they want to do. Prince Johnson. Prince Johnson is not the only person. So why be so frantic about it? Everybody, Prince Johnson, war crime code, Prince Johnson. No, it don't belong to the people. Are not even laid the foundation where they're going to go. They are now who are going to be indicted, who are going to be investigated, who are going to be indicted. Even the indictment, you say, it doesn't mean that you are convicted. There's a process. Indictment doesn't mean that you have committed a crime yet. They just telling you, say you are, there's an allegation against you in indictment. Then you go to court. That's a procedure. Then you are free formally charged. So for him to come, I didn't know. I didn't know where the story came from, but I say, wherever they take you, the Nimadian will follow you. I think it's a serve. Thank you.
So the other one that I have is this one, but this one here is to toot my own horn as a political guru and a political genius. Some time ago, I was on this platform saying that Flantikova was going to be the next president of the Republic of Liberia. But I think Flanty Kofa, as far as I'm concerned, he is he's laying the groundwork. I think Councillor Flanty Kofa, who is now the speaker, if you were to put, even if President Baka is successful, Jeremiah Kong had more baggages than Flanty Kofa does. And Flanty Kofa has done his best to rebrand himself as a people's person, number one, and also as people who are sympathetic to other people view in their life beginning, their life or what have you. I know Flanty Kofa. I worked with him at Liberty Party. I know him. He's all about Liberia. So I think if they were to face each other face to face, Flanty Kofa going to defeat Jeremiah Kong. Even if President Baka has the kinds of success that he's been having. Because Jeremiah Kong has not been able to manage himself to harness the glory that is coming out of President Baka's successful engagement. During the campaign, Jeremiah Kong were able to effectively blend himself in with President Baka, foot to foot. But immediately after the election, the appointments of the Nibadians in different positions and things like that, the appointment of superintendent, story that we're hearing, Jeremiah Kong is being responsible, and I said allegation. I'm not there, I don't know. But he putting superintendents in the different county specifically for 2029. And most of these superintendents that he's putting in place in these county are now welcomed by the people in the county, specifically Grand Gila County. And as a result, these things are not going to bode well for you. You got 6 years to go. These things will come back to hurt you. And I think Flanty Kofa, as far as I'm concerned, even if President Weah decide that he's not going to run, I think CDC most likely will carry Flanty Kofa. And if Flanty Kofa does not go on CDC ticket, most likely he will come back home to the Liberty Party because he has established himself. CDC didn't give him the name recognition. It was not CDC that gave Councillor Kofa the recognition he has now by winning the speakership in the House of Representatives. It's not because he's sedition. So CDC cannot claim that they gave him the name recognition. Please, let CDC continue to put their foot in their mouth, and we'll see. They are unable to continue to contain themselves and wait for whatever that's supposed to come their way, to wait for their turn. They don't have that ability to do that. So I think if CDC is not able to carry Flanty Kofa as their standard bearer, Flanty Kofa most likely will come back to the Liberty Party. Look what happened with NPLF. They're leaving CDC. CDC cannot stand by itself to win anything. They can't even win the position of dog catcher in Mozarella County, let alone presidency standing by themselves. So I just say CDC, they need to just sit down and let the real politician run the country and let the real politician come in and do politics in Liberia. CDC, their time is over. Like on a very serious note, why would Liberians want to put their lives in the hand of sedition again? These are the same people that put us in a hole that President Baka is trying to dig us out. So why would Liberia want to repeat that mistake again? And I'm just saying that Flanty Kofa, if President Baka does not seek re-election, and if President Weah, even if President Weah tries, I think there will be people around President we have to say, you have done your job. Let it go. And I think Speaker Flanty Kofa most likely will come in through CDC hierarchy, or if because Flanty Kofa on the CDC will not have the type of sour sedition they got around. No. Flanty Kofa CDC will be sedition, intellectual sedition here in the diaspora that will go home and take ownership of CDC. Not those sour sedition. It's not going to happen. But that's my own feeling before I open the line. Let's hear from you on this thing here. Then we can open the line.
Well, for now until 2029, I know there's a long ahead of us. There's a long journey ahead of us. And let's see how it unfolds. Because right now you got the Senate Pro Tem, Madam Lauren Nyumbli Kanga, who was supposed to be Mr. Buckeye's running mate, and chose the current vice president. So let's see how it unfolds. Because you see, the speaker, he also had an obligation because he had to bring the bill on the floor before it began the bill. So he working on the timeline. So let's see how it work out. We still have what, 5 more years to go. So let's see. But when it comes to CDC,
but you heard Edwin Snow running campaign the other day though.
Oh yeah, he said he going to NPP. He said he's going back.
So they're not waiting. They're not waiting.
No, he said he leaving. But I'm going to use certain word, but I'm going to. He always jump from party to party anyway. Like the white man say, the Indian, the Native American say, don't go swim with a white man, because you go swim with a white man, you will not come back. So Edwin Snow, you and he can go swimming, because today he was CDC, tomorrow he will Unity Party, tomorrow he went to, so he jumped from party to party. So that's what he's doing. But he say he went back to NPP or whatever, the other party he came from before he joined the Bureau political party. So let's see how it work out.
Okay. Again, folks, Samson told Labron Public Radio, 916-533-2048. Give me 48. Give me a call. Jerry, go ahead. What other stuff you want to talk about? We're waiting for the caller.
Well, my point here is it is time for our Mr. Buckeye. I know he spoke eloquently today about the retreat, but it is time to take
go ahead, Jared.
It's about time he had taken the leadership that we expected him to do. From the starting, it was kind of rocky a little bit, but no things better days ahead of us. So let's listen to the callers and see what they have to say. Then we take it from there.
The caller, you better know that I got Chinese phone. You call plenty, the phone don't let plenty talking. You call plenty, you can call up. Tap Chinese phone. Walter Carter, good evening. What's up? What's on your mind, sir?
The message we
thank you, April and Mr. Bosman. How you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. They've been reading here, but
Mr. Toll, you said something here very, very significant and very clever on this network tonight. And I was happy for you. I said, yes, I'm pop.
I tell you that Chinese phone CDC can give them
views or your opinion.
We didn't hear anything you said. Walter Carter, we didn't hear you.
Go back again, please.
You can hear me.
It's
just start again. Please start.
Your CDC Chinese phone is cutting off.
Hold on. I mean, I hear you. I hear you loud and clear.
Okay, now go ahead. We're hearing you now. Go ahead.
Okay. Said right.
That's strategy, Papa, using on you. That's strategy using on you.
Breakable. I will cut you off. This is Chinese phone. You talk again, I'll call you up. I'll call your knee. That CDC, that Mr. So running this thing out, that me in charge. Your sedition, you all know that something to the liberals. Oh, go ahead, Walter Carter, please.
So I agree with you when you say you're entitled to your opinion and not your facts, or your view and not the facts, because you people distort the truth on this platform tonight. When it comes to the body politics, Joseph Boakai has no integrity. Joseph Boakai did nothing to redeem the Liberian people. He continued to mess up the beautiful country that Georgia left for the Liberian people. Continue to mess it up, and we gotta man up and speak the truth to him so that he can change the trajectory in which this country is going. Because it's sad. The IG arrested a man and put him in jail because of the man post on Facebook. He posted something on Facebook, and the man wrote on his post. He arrested a young man and put him in jail and said the man made terroristic threats. And it's a sad thing. And I only know why this.
No, but you see now,
look,
when you make these kinds of allegations, since you're talking about a post,
I don't want to
tell us what the post stated. What was the state? What did the post say?
It's not an allegation; it's a fact.
Okay, what did the post say? What was the thing the man? What was written on the post?
I thought we have freedom of speech in Nigeria because
I understand that, Walter. What did the president say? What did he say?
Okay, let me tell you. The last time I checked, Dallas didn't say to a sitting president that we will
forget about it, people.
I'm
asking you, what was it? You see, I want you to see this. You're allowed to put your foot in your mouth. What was the written statement from this president? Don't bring Dallas Dillon in. I'm asking about Dallas Dillon.
Mr. Toll, can I get lamb? The man said that the police were killing people. That Great Como were using the police to kill innocents, like Liberian innocent protesters. It looked at when they will have to be buying their own single banner to protect themselves. That's what the man said. I'm just telling you, we have practiced freedom of speech in our country for so long that we tolerated people that made reckless statements against a sitting president. There's a senator in the house that you adore said that you were going to, upon his order, they will stone the president. And if the president's security they were going to react, you won't know what guns were going to come from. I never heard you people condemn that. I never heard the police.
No. I can't sit here, man. Look, stop that nonsense. Please stop.
Yeah, we know. But anyway.
No.
So
let him finish.
Let him not go on.
Let him finish. We'll respond to him, Jerry. Let him finish.
Yeah, I'm done.
Thank you. Jerry will come back. Breakable, go ahead. Tell us what's on your mind. Breakable?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you for the show.
You're welcome.
You know, I love your energy. And some of us, although your phone will be low, but we're not afraid to be on your show because we know what you pour us. So we understand that we'll come here and know what we are. Whether your phone will be low or phone will be up or it'll be off, I know. Look, this campaign that you preach, you want to start for Francis Kofa is so soon. When you sit down with Francis Kofa, and as I question to you tell you, say, Babe, I did you. I'll trouble for my head. Because that's really supposedly for your heart. So anytime you come on show, your topic will end Francis Kofa. Please. When you want to talk everything. Francis Kofa is not in a manner without you won't pour in. That other situation may not even a situation. So that discuss other issue. Look. Your kid listening to President Boakai campaign messages and yourself in your feelings. You had a retreat that you went on. Instead of discussing what is happening in your 100 days or what you need to work on for your 100 days or what will be done in your election, in your government. You so think my thing when you're in opposition, you said, and so seeing that you not even do, after you win power presidency for 5 months. You're not doing those things that you discuss, that you talk about with your opposition. It's so serious city. Why is we treated for? And you sit down here and say, oh, the president says this thing, the president says this thing. These are the same things said before you become president. 5 months time, you president, you're not even touch one of those things I say. Now what you say now is the president. Look, I listen, I know what you discuss it. Mo Ali opening water in the city, and they are celebrating. In your son, as a human being, do you think they 100 days I have made Mo Ali to bring water in that city? But because you're so military politics in your government, so it's difficult for your handle. And look, when you do this thing, and it was actually reality, then they start condemning you. You bring something that was done with the previous government, not because you open one line. So it means that the whole city get water. When other communities say, oh, we not get water, we'll protest. The other people get water, you say water in the city. Instead of saying, we try to do this thing, we have other place open, but we try to do, but you say the whole city is water in the whole city. Do you want to tell me the whole market get water, the water line all in the country? We are doing this thing and making politics out of it. It's difficult to defend. When people from Banana essay, they say we need water. People from Kwai say need water. People from other places need water. We have the water supply all over.
Thank you.
You see, you're still making this thing out of politics. And I listen to the president open with your statement, and I start laughing. You got the opportunity to make things change, but you're still talking to him like somebody now in power. You got to come with power in your hand. Do what someone will do. But what he's still saying is that you're not got power.
Thank you.
See?
Thank you, brother.
So
you
hear president.
Thank you.
Instead of saying the thing that happened, you don't want to say it. And what we say, yeah.
Okay,
you said somebody make a statement about your go many men like somebody who commit crime. You put him on the ground, put him knee on the man there. God did not say the same statement. Even if you call about your man out of Europe. So what's the statement against President Weir? He from him. And President Baka was clapping in him. You don't know about that thing. But somebody don't make one statement on social media, you go arrest him. When Mo Ali said those things, the President Mo Ali, you want to go protest. But this thing now is common against your law. It's hard to talk. You gotta be fair.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Good night. Again, folks, Samson told Jerry, take us home, wrap us up, please.
You know, I don't know with these guys and they are delusional and all. Do they really go back to? They just make a talking point. I listened to Donald DeLong. Was 2024, maybe 2019 or 2000 something. I don't know why. Anyway, this is what he said. Let me give you the genesis of what he's talking about. The man went as a sitting senator. He went on the football field, ATS, and they rough his security. And the man said, if the government cannot protect me, I'll protect myself. Okay? If you can't protect me, I'll protect myself. That's what it is. When it comes to Yeke Koruba, what happened to Yeke Koruba? June 9 or June 10, when they had a demonstration in Liberia.
June 7.
June 7. They had a demonstration in Liberia. What did they? They talk about the IG. Yeah, the IG there. They took the gun. They took a car, the main car, from the executive mansion while they were doing the demonstration. They took the car from the scene, his car, carried to the police station. Yeah, the IG there. Then he said, "Oh, I found going in the main car." What happened? They charged the former, he stayed a representative, a sitting representative. He went to court. And what happened? So CDC, when it comes to CDC government, let us not go back. We are moving forward. I just want to get a record straight. So, Mr. Buckeye.
Okay. Go ahead. Give us your closing. So
Mr. Buckeye have an agenda. He's moving the Liberian people. He said, let us serve, duty, action. Let us not limit ourselves. The change is coming. It's not a flu. He said, wearing your sleeve, wearing your tattoo, that's not an issue. Foundation, we build a foundation for the unborn generation. So I don't know what they're talking about. Why else can the man be very specific? Or he say in the campaign, of course the man made promises during the campaign. So he still want to remind the people, this is what I came for, this is what I promised to do that's my campaign pledge. And I live for the campaign someday. That's what Mr. Baka is doing. Even in the great country, Mr. Joe Biden still fighting student loan. That was his promise, that he will, raise student loan. What happened? It went to court. So we had a court system. We got 3 branches of government in Liberia. Even Mr. Baka must say, I want to do this. Like he said, somebody, like you said, we inherit some debt, but the money is not available. He has some things on his agenda you want to do, but you'll rob the country. Citizen government, you should be ashamed of yourself. So look, we don't want to keep going back. Something they call view mirror imaging. I mean, you pass a play, but you stay looking behind. We don't want to do that. Baka don't want to do that. But Baka is just reminding you why he inherited as a president. No money. The project he want to undertake. In conclusion, Mr. Baka is not traveling. You don't have money. For the president to travel, take money. And somebody mentioned yesterday, he didn't go to OAU, he didn't go to the meeting, he now rubbing shoulder. Here, granted, where is the money to, because when the president is traveling, these people that are traveling with him, it costs money. He's saving money. He's saving money. Not because he not travel to an ECOWAS meeting. Of course, I'm happy for him to be there to meet his other president. It's important. But he's looking at the economic impact on the government. I will pause for now, Mr. To.
Is that your closing?
No, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Jerry. Thank you very much. My own closing will be, I want to take this opportunity to thank the president. I know it's not easy. One thing I do know, though, Liberia, to lead Liberians, it is not an easy task. Every Liberian consider themselves to be a lawyer, no matter what.
Thank you.
So they know everything. You don't know nothing.
Thank you.
And that's why, and to have sedition, some of whom are very sophisticated not to be in opposition, but you got to call it short and telling them, in business, go pamphlet to sit down. That only kind of language they understand. But if you try to reason with them, you're joking. You tell them they put your foot in your mouth. Now your business, go pamphlet to sit down. That's it. We will lead. We will rule. We will do what we have to do. But make sure the Liberians benefit from whatever thing this government is doing. And I really, really do appreciate this president who is not paying attention to a lot of tabata from the other side. You know, these are the people that were in power for 6 years. And they're all, those that were in higher position, they all are millionaires now. They were broke like church rat before they got there. They're all millionaires now. President Baka is not about that. So I think they're jealous. They should be ashamed of themselves with that kind of behavior. I think this president is doing a wonderful job, and the president deserves our hand clapping and support. All of us, CDC or what, you'll need to come and join us to support this president, to praise the president, and make sure that we say, President Baka, you're doing a good job, and let him continue to get out of the way. You can't leave. If you cannot leave, get out of the way. Don't come waste our time here where you're tabata talking about dollars. They don't say that winter culture. And the young man that spoke, highly educated, very smart. But when it comes to CDC, they take their smart brain and put it one side. Then they put it on. The other one they call Aaron blood pressure. Highly educated, very smart, intelligent. But when it comes to CDC and President, they take the intellectual part of it and put it aside, then they put the other one on there. That the people I can't listen to, they will not engage you in terms of intellectual discussion. Sedition will not engage you on how to move the country forward. When we're there, we're doing we'll do the same thing now. That's what's going to get us to the next level. Is that how we're going to improve the situation? You got breakable here, breaking everything every night. You can't say that the people can't listen to. But anyhow, Jared, thank you very much, and we'll say good night to you as well, if you don't mind.
We'll see you tomorrow. All willing. Okay. Good night.
Yeah. Let's meet on Mr. Soul Show on Friday.
No, I'm fired up. I'm fired up.
Exactly. What he and Dr. Mali gonna have on us that will not show up?
No, they try to switch Terry on their side.
Yeah, but Terry ain't going nowhere. Terry, one thing I respect about that young man, he speaks his mind, but he's a market supporter. And that's what we need. You don't want you don't want people to be a praise singer, sycophant. No, Terry is not. He speaks his mind. He believes what he's saying. And that's right. But they think that they're going to pee Terry away from us. Yeah, they're not going to make it. But thank you very much, Jerry. We appreciate it, sir.
Thank you.
Again, folks, Samson told LeBron Public, I'm going to leave it like this. After many of you, Brickable, Walter Carter, all of you that called tonight, we really, really appreciate. Those of you that continue to write, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Because of you, we do these things. So whenever the opportunity is there, whether we disagree with you or not, please. Walter Carter Friday will not be fired. Will not even allow you in. I'm running Friday show. That the team will understand. I'm running the show. So don't think say you're gonna have a free here on Friday. Let me tell you right now. The Chinese phone that I got, your sedition, your court. One of the good things about my Chinese phone, it can distinguish between sedition and good Liberian. Sedition call, and then it starts shaking like the serious. Next time next time I will show you. I'll put on that stuff. As soon as sedition call, it starts shaking like that. But when good Liberian call, it go like that. Yeah. Samson, having fun there this evening, folks. I want to thank all of you again. I'm very serious. This is about Liberia. We said thank you very much. We appreciate the president. The president's speech that I read this evening is very encouraging, And I hope many of you that are working for the president, it is not about you. It is about the country. Help us out. You were asked to join them because you're the smarter person in the classroom, but because it was your turn, the president asked you to join. Be happy and be glad that you are asked to join. There are many, many people who are much, much more smarter than you. You have the opportunity to make good use of it, not to steal. Leave the people money alone. Something why you used to live anyway. When you were here working in the United States, you never stole anybody money. Why are you over there now? You want to put your hand to all kind of things. It is uncalled for. Samson told LeBron Pabrino, I want to thank all of you again tonight, and we'll say good night to all of you. Let's meet on Mr. Soul Show tomorrow, and we'll continue this here 15 minutes ahead. But we have got to take care of a few things. Thank you. Good night, folks.
Get me by to it. How do I not see my menu? There was some going to walk a red. Let me your hand here blow. How do I not see a cartoon? Sazo mega ye blanco quabi. So, Kawaka Kama, Mapu, no consider. Bagumia was not a yet of against the cover. Okay, the so good to a boy. How, my man, good looking, so good. Little man away, you were so this. Okay, you so good, I call it. Okay, you so good. Tomorrow morning, you know I will talk about the boy. My way call you more if you want to talk, you want to come back to you. My way so you see where I do. Monte one who are gonna get me, no so a castle, who black him, never walk a mouth. I will say to her, I will not say you to the my never believe I do. No, scared of believe I will not come over. I never see it ever good. Some yet. Maluo.